about the ones I use.
No, if it's free, I'm taking it. I'm Jessie. I'm from Brazil, Indiana. I'm 33. All I wanted was big breasts. Instead, I'm left with 1 D-cup breast and 1 negative A-cup breast. After spending $20,000 on my breast, I had to come up with some other way to save money. So I learned how to coupon.
Do you think the doctors will take coupons?
Find one.
Oh, I found one, but you have to go to Mexico.
In high school, my boobs were a size A. I don't think that my boyfriend minded at the time that I had little breasts. But then there was this girl with big boobs. I kind of started noticing him, noticing her, but nothing ever happened. My boyfriend and I ended up moving in together. We had a child, we got married, and we had another child. But later on, I was suspicious that my husband had been cheating on me with the big boob girl. And sure enough, I confirmed it. I never thought he would hurt me like that. I ended up moving on. I get in a new relationship, everything is going great, and then he also ends up cheating on me. At this point in my life, I loved 2 men, and both of them cheated on me with women with big boobs. I was 26 years old, and I decided enough's enough. Maybe having bigger boobs would make my chances less likely somebody cheating on me. It does sound a little crazy now that I'm thinking about it. I found my doctor. I told her, I was like, you know what, just go as big as you can go. When I woke up from surgery, I was like, oh my God, I got big boobs. But then 2 weeks later, the implant started coming through my skin. The incision started opening. The doctor said, we've got to take it out. She's like, it'll be okay. After it's all healed up, then we'll put another implant in. This happened not once, but 3 times. It was absolutely heartbreaking. So I have been living with 1 breast for 6 years and nobody has seen under my shirt. There isn't a day that goes by when I don't regret getting my boobs done just to keep a man. I don't even care about meeting anybody. Like, I just want to live free, not trapped by this breast. It consumes so much of my life. I've been wearing this 1 piece of gauze for 4 years. I tried to make a new one because this one's disgusting, and none of them can come out right. I don't know what it was about that one time that I made this, but it is freaking on point. We're gonna have to go back and get some more toilet paper. That was a good deal.
I felt Jessie was fine the way she was. I'm sure she regrets it now, but she's just embarrassed, and she does feel bad because she did this basically to herself.
I have to worry, is this implant gonna fall out like the other 3 did?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. God, to go through it again. Oof.
By the way, I never thought about what my butt looked like until you started talking about my butt. And now I actually get out of the shower, walk by the mirror, and I used to just look at my chest and my abs and my arms, and I actually look at my butt now, and I'm mildly disgusted.
Because I did this to you.
Because you did this to me. You've basically given me a butt complex.
I don't feel bad about giving Terry a butt complex because he's been spending many years giving me a hairy chest complex, a fat body complex, a face complex, a thumb complex, so screw it.
So our next patient is a woman named Jessie, okay? And Jessie has had multiple breast surgeries.
Oh.
This is basically a breast cripple.
Was she in the medical field?
Yeah. So let's bring her in. You know, this is a really hard breast case.
Can you please send in Jessie?
Jessie.
Hello.
How are you, Jessie, Dr. Nassif?
Good, how are you? It's so surreal meeting the doctors that could actually give me hope. I don't care about the size. I just want a little something there.
Are you in the medical field?
I am.
You know, we knew that.
How's that?
One of your pictures, it looked like you were wearing scrubs.
Oh, yes.
What do you do?
I am a CNA QMA.
Okay, nurse assistant.
Yes.
You've had a lot of problems.
Yes.
So you've got to tell us, how did this all happen?
I've had relationships, but it's been heartbreaking. Both my exes cheated on me with girls with big boobs, so on my 26th birthday, I got big boobs done.
Okay. It's not really a great reason for having plastic surgery because you should love yourself first and understand that complications can occur and you can end up worse than when you started. How large did you tell the doctor?
I said, just go as big as you can go. 2 weeks later, busted open.
So they just pull it out?
Yes, left it out, sewed me back up, put a drain in me, sent me on my way. Probably about a month later, I had tremendous sharp pain going on. And I went into the bathroom and all I seen was black underneath.
Tissue was dying.
No, It was the implant.
Oh. See, if you get too superficial and don't leave enough soft tissue coverage, the overlying skin doesn't have enough blood supply to stay alive. It breaks down and the implant pops through. What's concerning about Jessie is that her implant exposed in a relatively short period of time. And that may indicate, 1, a very poorly done operative procedure, or 2, really bad underlying soft tissue. So how long did you wait before doing the next thing?
We waited a while. She wanted to do a fat graft at this point.
She wanted to thicken up the area.
Yes, that took like a year because I had to eat and eat and eat, try to gain weight. Along with it, I think it's called a belloderm.
You had a reinforced lining put
Yes.
in to try to thicken up the inside of the pocket to give more protection.
Yes.
Okay, that's a very good idea.
Along with an expandable implant this time.
So you're in the medical profession. Aren't you starting to wonder,
She made me believe it was me, that I did it with my scrubs, something, you know, pulling them off caused maybe an infection or something.
did it convince you?
It did, obviously.
I'm gonna
I
use
was
that
after
one.
it.
That makes no sense. What are scrubs and the way they fit have to do with implant exposure? Nah.
So then she put the tissue expander in,
Then it came out.
exposed again.
Yes. So she took it out. She said, I'm gonna need time to think on this.
And so you've done nothing since.
No.
Jessie's had some very significant early complications, despite the fact that her surgeon used preventative measures. We need to figure out a way to thicken up that skin if we have any chance of having an implant survive in that pocket for any period of time. So let's go in the exam room and figure out what has happened.
Okay.
Okay, all right, good. Come
Okay.
on. Let's start with the sort of more normal breast, okay?
Okay.
From here up, it sort of looks normal.
Yeah.
This is sort of the double bubble. That's one of those setups, if you put too big an implant in, that you're gonna get a double bubble, distortion, and unfortunately, if you get a little too superficial exposure. Jessie should never have had such large implants put in the first place. Her left implant, although it never exposed, still has a very significant complication that requires major reconstructive surgery. Let's be clinical detectives here.
Okay.
So it's like paper thin, isn't it? Right directly
Yeah.
on
That's
rail.
on her rib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of thickness, we like to have 2 centimeters above the breast implant. You have 2 millimeters of soft tissue overlying this lower portion. You were a little bit of a victim of a surgical misadventure.
I've never seen skin that thin. Of all the ones I've seen you do, and I've seen you do hundreds. God, that's a scary thought.
This is really paper thin.
I wouldn't want to hear that. This is going to be a difficult case.
Maybe the thing to do is to go in there and 2-stage this. Lift everything up, sew a piece of soft tissue reinforcement in to allow the ingrowth of scar tissue to thicken up the area. Put a little implant in there just to keep the tissue spaces separated. Then we go back in a short period of time and then go in and put a regular sized implant in. I think the chance that it would fail is 60%.
Even if I had like a 5% chance that maybe it might work, I would still want to do it. I don't have anything to lose. The worst thing that's going to happen is that it's going to fail and this one's going to come out. So why not give it a chance?
Every year, we have that one case, the one you'll never forget. Do you want to be that case
Yeah.
in my world?
Please.
Well, congratulations. You're the hardest case in my world.
Thank you.
You made it. Jessie, how are you?
Good.
So, she has neoskin, which is basically like a single cell layer of scar underneath the areola with a contracted breast under that. Elevating up Jessie's lower right breast skin is basically extraordinarily dangerous. 1 cell layer too thick, I'm into her lung. 1 cell layer too thin, I'm gonna kill the entire area of skin. For Jessie's surgery today, I'll begin by making an incision in her right lower breast and elevate up her extremely thin skin. I'll then rotate a piece of tissue from the back part of the pocket to reinforce the thin part of her skin. Next, I'll insert a very small implant to fill the breast pocket and hopefully allow the skin to heal and thicken up. On the left side, I'll make an incision under the left areola and remove her large implant. I'll then insert a smaller implant for symmetry, and hopefully Jessie will heal so we can give her larger breasts in the near future. Jessie,
Yes.
how are you?
Good, besides hurting.
Bet you're hurting on your right more than your left, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. The hairy part of this operation was the first part of the operation because it's all about peeling the skin off the rib cage. So I made an incision under the areola and then I started to create a pocket above and successfully was able to lift up the skin.
Oh, good.
There was that old scar and soft tissue that had healed down to the rib cage. Then I lined the inside of that thin skin with it. I used nature and science to thicken it up further. I took a piece of mesh and on the inside of that, I reinforced it. And then I put a very small little implant in there just to create a pocket and keep it out. So at the end of the procedure, it was the question of, is the skin going to survive? What I'm really looking for is to see whether that area is healing and when there's any sign of soft tissue breakdown or lack of blood supply. Now, here's the problem area. Huh.
How is that a good huh or a bad huh?
It's alive.
Oh, yay.
Knowing Jessie's history of spitting out implants and having seen her thin skin, I'm thankful that the new tissue looks good. It's a little bit compromised, but it's vascular. Good job, Terry.
It's the next 10 days that you want to worry about. We don't want to get an infection. Lots of stuff can happen in the next 10 days.
I'm nervous that the skin could still die. I'm hoping, though, with the next surgery that maybe we can get up to B, maybe like a little C, and then I'd be ecstatic.
As my wife would say, we are cautiously optimistic.
Things haven't been going too well. As you can see, the implant is starting to show. I'm just heartbroken. And now it has to come out. And I didn't think that it would go this way. I thought everything was going okay. So in the morning, I will be back right to where I was. I want to be normal. I want to be okay. Hope everything goes okay this time.
I do too.
Having my right implant removed for the 5th time, it was devastating. I thought it was the end of the line. That was it for me. But I was in touch with, Dr. Dubrow's office, and he wants to put symmetric implants in and gave me hope.
You've been through some things, haven't you?
I have. Did you know the right implant had to be removed?
Right. Jessie lives in Indiana, so I had a local surgeon remove her implant. We both knew there was a 60% chance of failure, but enough time has passed now that I think it's relatively safe to go ahead and try a second procedure. The situation now is very different, actually. As it turns out, that neo skin, that extremely thin layer, is now gone. So the fact that it got infected sort of induced it to form more scar tissue, and it's sort of movable. Now that Jessie has had significant time to heal, her right breast actually has much more scar tissue reinforcing it. So I think it's a relatively safe time to go back in and try it again. In fact, I think it's kind of ideal. My hope today is that I can just put an implant in there and get you symmetry and a reasonable shape. My shit doesn't fail. Okay, so let's bring it, all right?
All right.
Boom.
They can't hold us down, nothing can stop us now.
Going back from when I first got the implants in for all the wrong reasons, and then till like now, like it's been an emotional roller coaster. I can't imagine how my body even like made it through to finally be done with it. It's a big relief.
Can you remember the last time Jess wanted to go to the beach with us?
I don't think I've seen Jessie in a bikini since she was like your age. Really?
Oh, yeah. Seeing Jessie in a bathing suit just means that she's getting on with her life. We've passed that hurdle. We're moving on. Now she'll just stay like buck naked all the time. We'll be like telling her, Jess, put your clothes on.
She ended up with 5 kids.
I didn't think that I would ever be wearing a bikini ever again. Dr. Dubrow didn't give up on me, and for the first time in a long time, I feel free.
Look at you in a bikini. Hi, guys.
Oh my gosh, you look so good.
Before my surgeries, I had 1 D-cup breast and 1 negative A-cup breast. I was afraid that I would never be normal, but now I have 2 symmetric breasts that I look good in and out of clothes. Now I go look down and I have cleavage. This is pretty sweet.
Dr. Dubrow did wonderful. I felt like he come into my life at the right time.
There's no price that you can put on this. Nothing explains like what they've done. I was in the best hands that anybody could ask for.
So what's your plan for your gauze?
I don't know yet. We'll do like a Viking ceremony, like put it on a boat, shoot it on fire.